For years, I was making saltfish accras completely wrong. I mean, they used to be dense and sometimes a little greasy, until one day I bought them and they were really crispy, light, airy, and fluffy. And since then, I have made my own recipe. Today, I am sharing my recipe for light, golden, flavorful, airy, not greasy, delicious, appetizing saltfish accras. Take a look at how crispy, soft, and fluffy. I will also be sharing with you the secret to getting them similar sizes every time. Let's make them. First thing first, let's talk about the saltfish, the star of the show. This isn't just an ingredient, it is the heart and the soul of the dish. And which one you decide to use is a critical step. We have boneless and we have bone-in saltfish. The bone-in saltfish makes it tastier accra than the boneless. But you can use either or you can use both. As you remove the saltfish from the package, make sure that you wash off all the salt crystals with cold water before boiling. Same would apply to the bone-in saltfish. Boil for approximately 12 minutes. I know some persons boil the saltfish twice, but it can be a lot if you are using gas cylinders. Simply add the saltfish to cold water and squeeze out the salt into the fresh water. For the bone-in saltfish, remove the bones and the skin before this step. Remove approximately 65 to 70% of the salt and drain in a strainer. You have just saved yourself time and gas. Of course, you also have the option of doing the double boiling. Our saltfish is ready. Let's season our saltfish. For our fresh herbs and aromatics, we have some pimento peppers chopped. We have some homemade green seasoning that has some Chadon Beni in there. We have some fresh chopped garlic. We have some freshly chopped red bell peppers. A really nice hot sauce that you can find right here on my channel. We have chopped white onions, finely chopped green onions, and for the purpose of this video, we are breaking everything down into measurements. Over here we have our dry spices and leavening agents, including our flour, and we are going to be making a seasoned flour. So let's go in with our yeast, fish seasoning, black pepper, baking powder, salt, sugar to activate the yeast, and we're going to whisk it together. The amount of salt that I use in this recipe will not be the same amount that you will use in your recipe, because the amount of salt in my saltfish will not be the same amount of salt in your saltfish. We will also be measuring the saltfish flakes into cups. 1.5 cups of shredded saltfish. We are now going to season our saltfish with the garlic, chopped pimentos, and the recipe will be written in the description box. Chopped onions, red bell peppers, and if you don't have red, you can also use green. Red has amazing flavor. Scotch bonnet hot sauce, or you could add scotch bonnet pepper. A reasonable amount of your favorite hot sauce will also work. We will start seasoning this. Green seasoning. You want to make sure that you are highly seasoning the saltfish so that when the flour goes in here, it doesn't become bland. You want a really nice, flavorful saltfish fritter. Finely chopped Chadon Beni or cilantro works well, but I already have it in my green seasoning. Add our seasoned flour. If you have gotten this far into the video, give the video a thumbs up, which helps my YouTube channel to grow by reaching more people, to help me grow and to make better content. This step is very critical. If you add too much flour or too much saltfish, you can get a very dense batter. And you don't want to make the batter too dense at this point because gluten develops. And as this is resting, it's going to get thicker and thicker. So you want to make it a little bit thin. We have started adding our water. And because I have tested this recipe already, I can go ahead and add all my water because I know what the outcome will be like. Once you have mixed in your water, this is the texture that you will get. You want it to be a little bit runny. And now we're gonna add our green onions, finely chopped, and we're gonna fold it in. Because once these fry up, you will get a nice chunk of green onion in every fritter. This is good. Let's cover it with plastic wrap and leave it on the counter for about 30 minutes. Our oil is nice and hot on medium high. The batter has rested and it has thickened up a bit. Imagine what will happen if you make the batter too thick. To get similar sizes, dip your tablespoon in oil and you want to use 1 tablespoon per Accra. They fry around the same time. We're frying these on medium high heat for about 4 minutes on each side. If you make the oil too hot, these will start to brown and burn very fast and the center will not cook. After 4 minutes, we're going to flip them and fry the other side nice and golden. One tip that I use to make sure that I have enough salt and enough flavor, I tend to fry only one at first and taste it before I continue to fry the others, and that way I don't get to fry all of them without any flavor because sometimes they can be very bland. You want to remove them from the heat and add them onto some paper towels. For each batch that you fry, you want to transfer them to another bowl with paper towel. That way you don't keep adding the oily Accras onto the ones that are already drained. At the end of it, you should have a nice, delicious batch of airy, crispy, delicious saltfish Accras. To plate these, we're going to pile them up on a plate and we're going to enjoy these with some tamarind chutney. You can help me to reach more people by hyping the video, and we're going to put some toothpicks on the side so that when you serve them, each person can use a toothpick to take them up and dip. These are an absolute crowd pleaser. They are perfect as an appetizer, a savory breakfast, or just a knockout snack for any time of the day. We have now come to the end of our recipe. If you enjoyed the video, give the video a thumbs up, a subscribe. Help me to grow my YouTube channel by sharing. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend, and see you in another one of my recipes.